Now what you have to do is, guys, simply search for MongoDB Compass. Just search for this, and then after this easily you would be inside this. Okay, so you can see inside this. So this is what, this is your local database. If I click on connect, what would happen? So it would actually show you local database. Till now we were working on this MyDB one, and you can see inside this we were having some products. You can see this is what we were working on, right? This is what we were working on. But now I want to connect it to my cloud database. Okay, my cloud database. Okay, one more thing, guys. Here you can see this is suppose your products. You can use the create, read, update, delete operations from your shell, right? I would simply say here I want to suppose add something. I want to add something. Okay, so I would simply click on add data, and you can add a JSON file, or you can add a document. So you can write your own document here, same as MongoDB Atlas. So here in Compass also I'm just trying to add data to my local DB. So I would just say suppose my name here is some name is here. Okay, some name is here. If I click on insert, this is MongoDB Compass, where you don't get a terminal, you just get a UI, and you can add data like this manually. Obviously you won't be using this, but yeah, but just for seeing the data, it's really great. It's really convenient than the normal terminal. Okay, so you can see I've added something here. If I just show you that data in my command prompt, let's see. So if I show you my command prompt, and I would just write MongoSH, and it's there, and I would just write cd my db1, and I'll just write my db1 dot, actually sorry, db dot products dot find. Okay, dot find. So I'll just write it like this. It would actually show you your products, and you can see just now we added a document. So this is there, right? So that's how easily you can update your local database very easily. Okay, but right now I just want to connect it to something else. Okay, connect it to something else. First of all, I'll just disconnect. Just remember this, just save it somewhere so that you know this is the URL for connecting to local database, which is in your computer. Just for playing purpose, you just want to run and just test it. So this is for local database. But right now I have created a database in MongoDB Atlas, right? I have created a database in MongoDB Atlas. So here you would get a link. Just copy this link, come back here, and I would just paste this link. That's it. And here, guys, you have to just write your password. First is your username, then you have to write your password also. So remember, we created a username and password, right? So that's what you have to add here. So this is the password HJ123. Okay, so you can simply click on connect. But before that, guys, one more thing, or just close that, and here you can see that we have a lot things here. If I go on advanced, yeah, you have a lot things here. If I go to database access, yes, here you can see you can actually add multiple users also. If you want to add multiple users, you can actually add one more user also. If you want to change the password of this specific user which we already had, you can change the password also very easily, right? Very easily. If I click on edit password, you can actually edit the password, right? That's what you can do if you want to change the password later on, right? But right now everything is fine. I don't want to do anything. I would just simply click on connect. So I would simply click on connect, and now you can easily see that right now everything is fine. Now, guys, what I would do is I would simply go on databases. You can see my test DB which I created in MongoDB Atlas is actually here. You can see it's actually here. What I would do is I would again create a new database here. Okay, so I would just create a new database here, and I would just name it as e-commerce. So ECOMMERCE, suppose e-commerce, and I would just create a collection of products. So products collection would be created. So if I create a database and see it's created, now you can actually import data from a JSON file, or you can add data manually. So just add data manually here. I would just go in this format. Okay, then I would just simply click on plus, and then I would just say name of the product is suppose what. So you can just press tab to switch to next part, that means the value part. I would just say mobile phone. Okay, right, that's how you can do this. So if I click on insert, you can see one document is added. Similarly, I can, if I suppose I want to copy this, or if you want to just clone the document, you can easily clone it here, and I would just say tablet. This time I would just say tablet. Okay, so tablet. Now if I click on insert, so you can see that a new object has been created with the different, so you can actually create like this. Now let me just show you what actually happened to our MongoDB Atlas in the real time. So now if I just go to database, And here if I just show you browse collections, you can actually see a new collection of products has been created inside this new database of e-commerce. So you can see inside e-commerce we have products. Inside this you can actually see we have 2 products which we just now created. Okay, so that's how you can connect your MongoDB Compass to Atlas, and you can easily like sync between them, okay, very easily. But obviously you won't be using this to create your fields inside your database. Obviously it happens automatically when you connect it with our backend, automatically send data would be sent from your backend, but this is just for viewing purpose. It helps you to view data very easily. You can see this, I am able to see data very easily. Okay, so that's how it's helpful. And suppose if I don't want to provide you my Google account access of this MongoDB, so I would simply provide the link which I get from MongoDB, and you as a friend or some trusted person can use that link in your MongoDB Compass to see the changes. Okay, so that's why MongoDB Compass is important, right? So now I hope you know purpose of MongoDB Compass, that is to view the data and to make some little bit of changes, right? So you can easily make changes also. If you want to edit, you can easily edit it from here. If you want to edit the field, you can easily edit it. I would just edit it to something and I would just click on update. You can see it's updated, right? And you would see that here also. Right now you don't see the update. If I click on refresh, and guys, here you would easily see the updates, right? Easily see the updates. Okay, now this is it, but the problem is obviously this won't be the method which you would be using to create or update usually, okay, unless it's a very big bug like I am a customer and I'm not able to update my password. Then what you can do, you can easily locate my user ID, username or email. From that you can easily locate this. You can simply perform the search operation here. Okay, you would simply write name must be what tablet. You would simply search for this. If I click on find, you can see I easily got that document. Similarly, you might find for some email or ID, and you would simply change the password from here directly, okay, or some field directly. Okay, so in that case, if the customer is not able to do that thing and admin has to take the role, so for that you can easily do this by using these softwares like Compass, or you can do it via Atlas also. Same thing, okay, same logic. Now I don't want to use this. I want to use it in Mongoose, that is MongoDB shell. That is, I want to use my cloud database into MongoDB shell. So first of all, I would just exit from here. So I would just type Control C again. So 2 times Control C would actually exit, or you can just type dot exit. You can easily exit from there. Now if I type clear first of all, okay, so CLR CLS, okay, now it's fine. So yeah, different functions for different terminals, but yeah, you can see now I've cleared. Now here you can just say that I want to connect it to what, to my database. So I would just simply go to my database. Here we have a shortcut, so I'd simply go to my database, connect, and here first of all we connected to Compass, right? Similarly, if you want to connect it to shell, they have given it for shell also. Okay, here guys you can see that again, if you don't have MongoDB shell, you can install it. We have MongoDB shell, we have been using it. Now here you have to add just this command, okay, just this command. You just paste this command and it would ask for your password. Right now you have not provided your password, right? So you would just hit enter and you just type your password HJ123. That's it. So you can see now you are connected to this. Now you're connected to this, right? Now I'll do one thing, okay, I'll do one thing. I would just remove the access from the specific ID. Let's see what actually happens. So if I just delete this, that means I'm not allowing this specific laptop which is connected to my database to access to the database. Okay, so right now if I just want to do something, for example, right now I'm inside this database, right? So I'll just say show DBS. First of all, if I write show DBS, so you can actually see it's not showing anything. Why it's not showing anything? Because I haven't given access to this laptop to access to my cloud database. That's why it's not showing me anything. That's why it's not showing me anything, right? So that's the benefit of providing an ID. But now let me just add the IP address, and I would just say add current IP address, or if you want to allow access from all the IP addresses of this world, but make sure before allowing it from anywhere, it is accessible for all the hackers also, so just make sure for that. Or just simply click add current IP address and confirm, and you can see first it was showing me an error. This error would come after a few seconds, that is you don't have access to use the IP. But now guys, if I type show DBS, you would see that you are getting the databases, right? Because I have allowed this specific laptop's IP address to access my database. Okay, so that's the benefit of adding IP address, right? So I hope now you know that what's the purpose of user and password and the IP address into my MongoDB atlas, right? So now here you can see we want to access this e-commerce, so all the same commands now easily can be run. So now I want to simply use this, so I would simply write use e-commerce collection, right? Use e-commerce collection, and now it's there, so I would just write, sorry, use e-commerce database. Now here I would just write db dot which collection. I would look for products collection, so products collection, or I would just create a collection, so I would just write create collection, and I would just name this collection as users, and I would just close it. So if I hit this, you can see that guys, if I do go to database, and if I go to browse collections, you can actually see users would be easily created, right? Users would be easily created. One more thing guys, now if I want to create a collection, and now if I just say vehicle, if I just write vehicle, let's see what actually happens. If I write vehicle, what would happen? I created a collection. If I just refresh, you would see that here we got vehicle. Okay, so yeah, everything is fine here. So now if I go to users, I want to make some modifications to this, so I would just say db dot users dot, and I want to insert something, so I would just say insert one, right? And inside insert one, I want to insert some object, so I would just insert it like this. Okay, so this is the insert method, right? So I would just say that name would be what? Name would be suppose Harshal. I want to insert a user with this name. Similarly, you would be adding it with the email. Suppose I'm trying to register a user from my front end to this database. So obviously in Node.js backend, you'd be sending data from front end to Node.js backend. From Node.js backend, you'd be writing a similar command, and you'd be connecting your Node.js backend to your MongoDB database like this, how we are connected to Mongoose with this database. Similar ways for Node.js also, similar approach. That's why we learned Mongoose. Okay, so now here we would simply write virajj014@gmail.com, and also you can write one more thing, that is password. Although you won't be storing password normally like this, I would be just writing password. You won't be storing password like this. You'd be hashing the password, then saving it into a database using Node.js. That's why Node.js backend is important. Okay, it would do a lot jobs for you. Right now I'm just saving data as it is. Okay, so now if I just hit enter, you can see that it's created. Now if I just show you this, if I click on refresh, and here guys, you would actually see that we have created a user just now. Suppose I want to add one more user, so I would just say, suppose I want to add one more user, I would just say viraj. Okay, so Viraj. So now I can actually say I want to find one user. I want to find one user, so I can easily say users dot find, and I want to find one user whose name is Viraj. Okay, whose name is Viraj. I can easily do that. So find, and whose name is Viraj. Actually I need to write it like this. Okay, so whose name is Viraj, and just close this. So if I hit this, you can see I got the document of Viraj. That's it. Okay, so it would actually find all users whose name is Viraj. So if you only want to find one specific document, so you would simply write find one. That's it. Okay, so find one. So it would give you only one document that's at the top, right? That's how it works. Although you would be providing an ID for getting the precise result, but yeah, it is same for all, right? So that's how you can perform the insert find operation. Similarly, if you want to update something, you would be performing those same update and read operation, update operation, whatever you want, you can easily do that using the same commands which we have learned till now in Mongoose in the previous create, read, update, delete videos, right? So that's how it actually works. And if you want to update something, you would be using the update method, then you would be providing the ID or name which you want to update. Then later on, if you want to update whatever field, you would be providing that field also. Okay, so guys, I hope you understood the purpose of all these things which we have learned today: MongoDB, Atlas, MongoDB Compass. Then we also learned about update method, update one, update many. We also learned about delete one and delete many method in MongoDB, right? So this was it in MongoDB, and these were all the important things which we needed to know in MongoDB. Although in future you might have different flags, also different filters also, which you might encounter, but the most important ones are actually covered till now. Now you might be wondering how we are going to use it in Node.js. So in the backend part of this series, you will get the explanation and the exact steps which are required for using this cloud database into Node.js. Okay, so guys, I hope you understood this video, and it was a very long video, but I was just going to finish MongoDB today, and it's finished. Now I will see you in the next module. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye.